Me and old Big Jit, me and Charles A.k.a. Big Jit, we was in the same cell in 2008 for a couple months. I ain't had no bond at the time, so I had to, I had to wed. He had a bond at the time, right? And around this time, before we went in, we was, spending time around each other, crossing paths, this nice and naughty days, all that. You know what I'm saying? He had done just recently hit a lick for about 10,000 way back then, you know what I'm saying? Bought the motorcycle from Pooh, you know what I'm saying? Nice and naughty, balling with the rest, back then, 10,000, that was a lot. You could do a lot with it back then. So long story short, after that, we ended up in the same cell, you feel what I'm saying? And I'll never forget it, because I had to talk to him, man, because he was calling out, trying to get all kind of different people to, bond him out or whatever. And he was frustrated, like, with the whole hood, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to do something to everybody, boy, he talked to that ain't come get him. I had to let him know. I say, bruh, you got to remember, bruh, we chose to be in the street, so don't nobody owe us nothing, bruh. I say, bruh, don't nobody owe you nothing. I say, now, somebody come through for you, that's a blessing, but if don't nobody come through and bun yacht, don't nobody owe you nothing, bro. Like, you got to keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, you the only one owe yourself, bro. I say, we were just out there, bro. You had done just hit a sweet little lick. You ran through all that. Now you mad at everybody feeling like somebody owe you. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, boom, boom, boom. He calmed down a little bit, boom, boom. We spent a couple of months in the cell kicking it, boom, 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 get his mind back right a little bit. And we ended up getting separated. They hit the door one day, tried to say we was smoking, whatever. They split us up. So when they split us up, long story short, that's when I ended up taking my 3 years or whatever. And my lawyer get me like a 2-3 month furlough. No, like a 2-3 week furlough. I apologize. And in the process of getting my furlough, he hit me on the phone. He hit me. He was still locked up. He hit me. He like, boy, I heard, boy, you just took 3, boy. I said, yeah, boy, I'm going to get on out their way. I ain't got no time to play with him. So he like, man, boy, well, that's all the motivation I need. I go into court a couple of days, and I'm supposed to sign. I'm going to take the 2, get out their way. He took 2 years. So I said, yeah, boy, that's good. Boy, you go beat me on, boy. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused now. Remember our conversations now. Because one of our conversations I had, I told him we was in the cell. Because I was just hustling. Charles was doing a lot of wild stuff. Burglaries, robberies, all that. So one of our conversations, I was basically telling him, like, bro, I'm just hustling. I say, bro, I'm liable to go do, 2-3 years, shit like this here, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I say, push come to shove, I could go to prison about 2-3 times, 2 years here, 3 years here for what I'm doing. I say, bro, all that shit you doing, bro, one mistake, them white folks go get your ass 30, 40, 50 years. I'm telling them this, you know what I'm saying? That was one of our conversations. So long story short, he ended up taking his 2. I go to prison. Boom. He beat me home. In the process of him beating me home, he ended up getting into something a couple of months from being home free. He had only been home a couple of months, ended up getting into something, man. And they took him to rock court, habitualized him, all that, man, and gave him a life sentence. And I ain't heard from him since, man. By the time I eventually came home, he already had a life sentence. I ain't heard from him since, man. And man, I just miss, boy. I just miss that boy when he used to be on that motorcycle he had them bought from Pooh. And he used to come hit the street. And I used to tell him, lift that thing up. That boy used to catwalk that thing, man. I just pray and hope, bro, you get another opportunity, man, to get up out that cell, homie, and catwalk that motorcycle one more time, homie. Hold your head, man, for sure, dog. Free Charles, a.k.a. Big Jet.